Well, since I haven't been able to get out much and make any new memories, here's a little trip down memory lane. This was, this used to be my old charter boat, the Sundancer. Um, that's me, or half of me now, and that's 391-pound blue Marlin on 30-pound. These are 30-pound conventional internationals. My mate Brad. Blah, blah, blah. This boat right here in the background. Let's see, you probably can't see that. This boat right here in the background is the Gene Machine. That guy was from the UK, and he owned a company called FUS Jeans. And anyway, that was a tournament over in Barlovento, which is this is the program for it, the Daily Bulletin. It's Ernest Hemingway Invitational or Barlovento tournament. Anyway, I'm in here somewhere. There I am. Martin Randolph, 489 points. I actually placed third in the tournament. And I know the day we caught that fish, the pool that day was the biggest fish, and that was like a $17,000 fish, so we were more than happy. We were grinning like possums. This is the first time I went. We didn't place in the tournament, but we caught some fish. This is a 285 pounder, you know, in between these two 550 and 70 pounders. So this is the late great Captain Bob Lowe, and this is one of my best friends who is also now not with us anymore, Chuck Hoke. What a party animal he was, and as you can see, this was in 1978. So anyway, just some more pictures of the Marlin there in the cockpit. Back then, it was you know, you kept the fish. You didn't release them. Now you do, and we started releasing back when I was still fishing. But okay, here I am. This is sailfish tournament in the Keys. As you can see, the smiling captain has a nice fat check, and this I think it was I can't remember if it was Dallas Cowboys. Anyway, it's a Hank Schramm, I think. Anyway, I believe he was the owner of one of the Texas football teams. This is on Bob Lowe's boat, the Pequod, and I'm on here catching that 285 pounder. These are the mates. That's me, or that's one of the mates, and he's got what you call a flying gaff in the fish there. And there we are with after I caught the fish. This I believe that's the big one. I think that's the 391. I can't be sure. No, it may not be. I can't remember. Anyway, that's the officials weighing it. And over here, that's when we got him close to the boat. We knew he was ours for sure. And down here are Chuck's wife on the left, the lovely Jane Hoke, and L. Dean McKinney. Needle spelled backwards. L. Dean. This is the awards. These are the awards at the tournament there. This is the late great Captain Ron Hamlin. He actually captained my boat. I had people chartered and they canceled, so we went over there by ourselves. And let's see here. This is Roger Brown. He was a boat owner. I ran his charter boat back in back in the day. This is probably during I'm sure it's during a sailfish tournament. This is Bill King and his wife. They owned a resort there. And as you can see, back then I was having an adult beverage. This is sail fishing. This is Roger Brown. He had a boat called the Pot of Gold. It was a 48 Pasovich. It was a pacemaker hull, and it was finished at Rybovich Boat Works. And a beautiful, beautiful boat. These are just some pictures of billfish jumping. And then here's the captains and the mates having some sort of a big, I got me a Merit cigarette blowing smoke. This guy Ron Hamlin, I don't know how much everybody knows about fishing, but he was one of the big promoters of circle hooks back in the day, which are pretty much required in all tournaments now, billfish tournaments anyway. Let's see. This is one of my old mates here on the right, Arnie. He was funny. And that's Randy Rhodes. He and his, well, I think his dad had it before him. He ran a boat called the Road Runner. And we're evidently talking about something real important. And once again, we've got some billfish jumping. I know where this is. This is actually shots of billfish in Venezuela. Here's the angler. Same tournament as I was getting the check, and that's Jackie. I don't remember his last name, to be honest with you, but anyway, he had the biggest dolphin. So okay, this right here is my boat. That's the Sundancer, and there's another shot of it down here, running. That's it leaving the harbor. You can't really see it, but there's a good shot from. This was taken from the Faro Blanco lighthouse down in Marathon Key. It was a great little boat. Had two little turbo Perkins 6-cylinder diesels in it. Used very little fuel. You go out there and fish all day on 25, 35 gallons of fuel. 32 foot, little head, open, you know, open boat with a tower. It had a little tuna door here. This is a boat right there. That's a 42, I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, that was a boat called the Magic Dolphin, Pufeo Mexico, they used to call it when we fished in Mexico. There is a 48 Rybovich, the Best Revenge. Here is a boat I ran for a little bit. It's a 46 Buddy Davis. Ran that. That's down there at St. Thomas at the old Red Hook Marina. And there's the Sundancer. We just brought it home. Doesn't even have the name on the back of it. Picked it up after they put the tower and cut the door in it. Brought it back to, had bigger scuppers put in, so when you back it up and waters would run out. But had these great, big, long outriggers on it, so you couldn't tell us anything. This is, we built this. This is a boat we actually built. It was a flats boat. They were called Sidewinders. We had a mold and everything, and we only built a few of them. We couldn't get the financing right on it. We should have been able to go good. And here's me in my little old 13-foot Boston whaler down in the Keys in one of the canals. And this is, here's my claimed fame here. That's me with my first blue marlin ever caught. It's a 353-pound blue on an old black Senator. I think a 9/0. This is a good one. This is a this picture of me, I think Annette, Smokestack Jack, my mate Brad, and Mike Tate's son, Chad, I believe Chad Tate. Anyway, this was the Dolphin Scramble. We won everything. It was amazing how much stuff we won. But we didn't win. We won winner overall, most unusual, biggest fish. And then I bought like 200 raffle tickets. And we won a little boat, and this bicycle, and some key lime pies, bottles of whiskey. We were not very popular that day. And this guy here, the master of ceremonies, was the used to be a newsman up here in Orlando, Glenn Rinker. And there's Chad with his trophy, winning his trophy with a smiling captain next to him. And nobody turned in a fish, so that was the biggest fish caught. So we got the heaviest fish too. Too funny. This is probably one of my first tarpons right here. I've got him on. This is, I think it's just down there in Marathon. And then here we have an awesome crew. Let's see if I can get the shine off of it. Me, of course, I may have had a little to drink right there. And that's Captain Nick Aldacosta, an old, long-time captain in the Keys. This is my first tarpon on fly rod. This was on my 25th birthday, or right before that. We're down in the Marquesa Islands off of Key West. This is a 12-weight fly rod. And there he is jumping. My buddy Mike Clickley. He was 130 pounds on 15-pound tippet. So he was a fine fish. This is the old Red Hook Marine, Johnny Harms, Lagoon Marina. And that's me on the Lyman Life 2, catching my first blue, which I showed you before. And this is the owner of the boat, and he had a restaurant over on St. Croix. That's Mike Lyman. And then there he is. That's him on the scale with somebody's shark was there. That wasn't our shark. And this is Tim Choate. He's one heck of a captain. He's a very, very big billfish conservation advocate. And this girl's name was Maud. She's from Australia, and she was bad to the bone. That Captain Red, and that's Captain Spike Herbert. We did a thing with American Sportsman, and this is just a shot of the harbor at Charlotte Amalia in St. Thomas. There is the first swordfish I ever caught. He was without the head and the tail. We're at the fish market here because you could sell them big time back then. He was he dressed out 300 pounds, and that's somebody's tarpon. I just took a picture of it because they had it on the dock that day. And you got to remember, this is back in the 70s. This isn't recent. So, and this is a couple bass I caught in one of the canals on the Everglades National Park. And this is a pretty cool picture here. This is worth a look here. If I can get lined up on it. That is off of Venezuela. This is a 20-pound spinning tackle. And that was a sailfish, a white marlin, and a blue marlin on 20-pound spinning tackle. And as you can see, the rod broke on the marlin. We had already caught the marlin. No, broke on the sailfish because we'd already caught the marlin, and we caught I don't know how many white marlin, but we couldn't catch a sailfish. We were actually snatching baits away from from white marlin, and then we finally, it was right before dark, we were just about ready to give up, hooked up, was able to pitch a bait to a sailfish and hook him up, and it was, so they call that an offshore slam or a grand slam there. The only thing that would have made it any better with a super offshore slam would be a swordfish, but they're very hard to catch in the daytime on top. This is me paying Roger Brown during the tournament. We had some sort of side bet going, and I was not running his boat at the time, but anyway, I lost the bet, whatever it was, probably just biggest fish or whatever. Oh, what do we got here? That's me. I was one of my first jobs is on boats was a maid on the Marathon Lady, and that's my biggest barracuda, or first biggest barracuda, I don't remember. This is Jane Hoke. They had a sailboat called the Melody Jane, and we were going through the Bahamas. That's me in a Speedo. I'm glad I'm not wearing one now. Boy, I wouldn't look that pretty. And this is a dolphin fish, not to be confused with flipper. The reason they call them mahi or you know, mahi is because people wouldn't order it on the menu if it said dolphin. They'd think they were eating flipper, but it's not. And that is my first bonefish on fly rod. Or, you know, mahi is because people wouldn't order it on the menu if it said dolphin. They'd think they were eating flipper, but it's not. And that is my first bonefish on fly rod. He was, I think, almost 8 pounds, 7 pounds and change. This is us fishing on the shotgun over in Port Aransas. It was called the Poco Bueno tournament. They just discontinued, I think, this year. It's Joe Britz, his wife. Let's see, there they are down here. That's his wife Marlin. They had a band called the Key Lime Pie Band. They still, I believe, still have a bar down on Big Pine Key. Coconuts, it's called. I went down to the Keys, and this is a bunch of mahi, and that's a pretty big bull dolphin. And as you can see, I was becoming a full-figured kind of guy by then. This is much later. Yeah, these are all just pictures of that. There's my bride. We're out in Colorado, and we're fly fishing for trout. Here's a stringer of trout. And there's me in all my glory with a pretty good sized trout. A guy that used to work for me in the garage, I took him down there to the Keys. He caught him a sailfish. I don't remember who that guy is, but we're posing with his sailfish. This was my other boat. It's a 25-foot inboard boat with a little tower on it. This is just some headlines of being in the Dolphin Scramble, where we won the Dolphin Scramble with Chad Tate, and it just says, you know, Dolphin Scramble honors claimed by young angler Tate. So, yeah, pretty cool.